Hello everyone, welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Trevor. Say hi, Trevor.
Hello everyone.
You get to be in the big seat today. How does it feel? You're not in your trash can.
It feels kind of weird though. You know, my trash can, it's so nice and you know, nice and cool too, you know? I mean, this weird like cloth is like really warm for some reason. I don't like
know.
it.
Maybe it's because Kyle died in that chair earlier today.
Yeah. I mean, I am glad that the chair is a little bit moist due to, you know, Kyle being a crab and all.
Yeah.
It's, you know, because you know, as a raccoon, I can feel things better when my fingers are wet.
Yes, that is.
And so the fact that the chair's wet means that I can feel it more easily.
I'm gonna assume that that's correct. Welcome.
It is entirely
everyone.
correct. That's why raccoons put their food in water.
Dude, you would know you're an engine.
I'm an engine. You mean? Yeah, sure. I'm something like that.
Something like that. Chainsaw Man, chapter 143. RAR XD. Funny
RAR XD.
Funny chapter. Obviously, Kyle isn't here this week. That is because he's gay and he had a date with his boyfriend tonight. So sadly, he couldn't make it. But Trevor and I are here for your guys' entertainment enjoyment. So, this chapter, Trevor, what'd you think? What'd you think about this chapter?
Yeah, I'm happy to get a little bit of action, you know? Not like the sex kind like we discussed last week, but like the action as in like the people dying kind.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they died. It's hard to, you can't really kill a hybrid.
Yeah, but I mean, like, some people probably died. Well, no, we know that people died because, like, at the very end, it says, like, oh, yeah, a bunch of Chainsaw Man church followers opened fire in the middle of a crowded area. And we don't know why, and we don't know what the death toll is yet.
I think that
people
was like,
did die.
I think that was a story run to cover up Kathy's actions. Okay, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that part. So, as for what I thought generally, I didn't expect this to happen at all. It's completely
not at all.
Completely blindsided. Funny water coming in from the top rope. I was just like, sure, and you get into the chapter, and I was like, is that Kathy? I was like, did he bring Kathy back? Sure enough, he did. I was like fully like, oh yeah, no, this is gonna be the arc. We're getting Chainsaw Man versus the hybrids. Nope. I won't say the plot point's over, but the plot point's kind of over.
Yeah. I was actually really surprised to see Kathy. I was not expecting to see her at this arc.
No, I didn't really expect to see her at this part either. But before we talk more about her, would you like to just get straight into it, Trevor?
Yes, I would love to.
So, we kind of come in and we see a smoking guy saying, listen up, children. Our orders are to make sure the humans scream as loud as possible when we kill them. We'll target women and children. Based. Higher voice, better screams. Based. My suggestion, go for the limbs. Make the sense of loss immediately visible. And Mike's just like, the limbs. And then Whip Girl's going, did you call me a child? I'll be 82 this year. Show some respect. So she's ancient, but at least she's legal. And Mike goes, an old hag. And she goes, I'm no old hag, far from it. I'm eternally young and tough as nails. I'll never die. I'm a superior human specimen. I believe I was chosen by God. And cigarette guy's like, fair enough. That'd make our imminent murder spree a message from God. I like the way you think. Sounds like a true believer. And he goes, let's wrap up. And he goes, based. Let's wrap up the cigarettes. The operation begins at 5 on the dot, dude. Mike really should stop smoking so much, dude. He really should. Well, Whip Girl incorrectly points out you were the only one smoking. Obviously, there's multiple people smoking, which is why he said that. Mike seems to be having some second, thoughts about it, and he sees, the kid fall in front of him and cry, and he's like, this is a message from God. Yeah, a message from God. I'm a weapon. I'm only loaning out my body for a little bit is all. And they're kind of getting ready, and we see Whip Girl laughing, and then boom, they start getting cut up. But let's talk about this beginning part a little bit. So we finally get to see some of, I think he's the spear guy, but I'm going to call him Cigarette Man because that's far cooler. We get to see some of his personality, and he is just as fucked up as Barry is. He's like, yeah, we're going to target women and children because they scream better. Aim for the limbs because The loss is more immediately visible. He is going for complete carnage. I think that's pretty basic.
Exactly.
I think that he's an interesting little character here. How much will we see of him? I don't know. We get to see a little
Hopefully
bit more.
not more.
Hopefully not more, dude. I want to see him like achieve his dream of like killing people. You know.
Exactly.
What
Well,
else
I
would-
don't.
what
I
else would
don't
part-
because
dude, you
killing
were
people
literally the
is
one-
morally wrong.
you were
killing
literally-
people is
literally
killing people
last
is morally wrong. I would
chapter-
never want to see anything like
Dude,
that.
Dude, last chapter, I was literally like, I can't wait for them to start fighting, and you were like, no, Brandon, they have to build up to it a little bit more. You'll get your fight next chapter, and I was like, that's awesome, and I got my fight this chapter. You know, like what happened in the last episode.
It's not what happened in the last episode,
Dude, that's
my
exactly
guy.
what happened in the last episode.
Yeah, but the
bro.
other way around.
No, dude. Kyle was anti-war as well, with you.
Kyle's anti-war.
Yeah, he's kind of cringe like that. I love war
Cringe.
personally. We
Yeah,
learned
big
that
war guy.
Whip Girl is
Always
legal,
helps the economy.
which is based, and we see that Mike is having some second thoughts. So obviously, everything that happens with funny Kathy, right? I hope that Mike becomes an ally. I really don't want Mike to be an enemy. He's a cool guy. I want him to be Dennis's friend, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's interesting to see. Kind of got a little. We needed more characterization for Whip Girl, a little bit. We needed characterization for Cigarette Man just in general, and we see that he's just as fucked up as Barry. I don't know if he'll get any more development. He's probably just going to stay the character that he is. But it'll be interesting to see what happened to Barry. So
Well, I mean, so okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about Kathy real quick, just so we can establish what happens there, and then I'll say my thing because it relates to that.
Yeah. So we see that the clock strikes the time that they were going to activate their stuff.
5.
But
5 p.m. on the dot.
Dude, I can't read analog clocks.
Well, yeah, that's why the smoking devil tells us right before.
Oh, the smoking.
Yeah, he says the
devil. I love
operation begins at 5 on the dot.
that. Yeah, well, I got hit by the reading comprehension devil. It's tragic, really. But
Really,
we get to
really,
see
it
they
really
get
is.
caught up. They get cut up by Kathy while Whip Girl says it's showtime, which is pretty funny. Get some action scenes. Whip Girl and a Smoking Man were beheaded. Mike was not beheaded. He actually activates his thing. We get to see his hybrid, and he goes, "Why you?" And then Kathy just utterly demolishes him. No diff. She just kind of stands there, kicks the head. The kid who fell earlier is looking at her, just shocked. She looks at him and goes, "Rawr." She goes, "Grawr," you know, like dude, like a little like "Grawr," you know, like that's so cute.
Rawr.
And like that's cute. She goes like "Grawr." That's how she did. That's kind of cute. And the kid runs away. I don't know, dude. If a woman killed someone in front of me and then looked at me and said "Rawr," I'd fold, bro.
Dude, I would too. That
I'd fold
you are not alone.
It's a shame that she's a lesbian.
It truly is. It truly is.
Dude, I can't believe.
Honestly, I would be willing to become transgender for that.
That's how far you'd fold. You'd fold that much.
Yeah, I'd fold that much.
No freaking way, dude. Are lesbians canon now? Dude, I can't believe Funny Water made lesbians canon again. Dude, isn't that crazy? That joke that I told you before we started recording? That joke
Dude,
that I
that's so
shamelessly
crazy.
stole from Twitter?
It's so crazy.
The joke that's going to be
It's
the
so
title of
crazy.
this video? Isn't that
Dude,
crazy?
that's so crazy. That's so crazy.
So crazy. But we get to see Kathy. He looks down, talks to her on a little thing. She says, "Got them." And then the little guy from the self-defense goes, "Target suppression confirmed. Prepare to send in Special Division 7 after 20 minutes. 20 minutes after media coverage." We get to see the breaking news. This just in: multiple gunmen opened fire inside a department store today. The shooters were Chainsaw Man church followers. The death toll is unconfirmed at this time. However, the police and the National Devil Extermination Public Safety Commission have announced their plans to take swift action in response to the emerging possibility of Chainsaw Man church terrorist activities. Goodness gracious, what a mouthful. Almost like you, aha. We get to see a guy at the Chainsaw Man church with the worst haircut I've ever seen. Goes, "They'll search the building. If they find the weapons in the basement, we could be charged with treason." Brobany goes, "Weapons?" And then we get Iseumi, who I don't have a funny name for him. Harry, because he's Haruka Iseumi, so he's Harry. So Harry goes,
that works, I guess.
Yeah. No one ever told me we had any weapons. What the hell is going on? The old guy goes, gather all combat-trained followers outside of the prayer room. Harry goes, explain what's going on here. Harry goes, I don't know a thing, never heard a word about it, and neither did you, right, founder? And that's kind of crazy. So let's talk about this. Kathy makes her comeback, no diffs these 3 hybrids, and she's working for public safety. What do you think about that?
It's really interesting. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna figure out why. I mean, like, because she wasn't working for public safety last part.
No, she was in China.
Yeah. So what's she doing here now?
Yeah, I did not expect to see her this part. I think I've said on a couple of occasions that I didn't expect to see Reze or Kwanzi, or Rachel or Kathy. I did. Freudian slip there. I didn't expect to see Rachel or Kathy, but because Kathy is in China, Rachel's in Russia, but now with Kathy here, Rachel's going to show up. I feel pretty confident in saying Rachel's going to show back up. I have no clue why she's working for public safety though, because last time we saw her, she was under Marissa's control, right? She was under Marissa's control last time we saw her. I didn't think that she would stay in Japan.
It's interesting to think about, right? Because it's there's no way that Kathy is doing this willingly, right? Like there has to be some fucked up stuff going on for her to be working with the Japanese public safety.
Yeah.
So is it like some sort of extreme blackmail, or is it like I don't know, like they're using a super powerful devil to take control of her in some way, shape, or form? Whether that's like, famine or something was like, hey, you look hungry, and is now controlling her or something like that. I mean,
it could be she got a new girlfriend, and they're like protecting her in exchange for Kathy working for them.
Yeah, I mean, that is possible, but like...
Dude, what if Kathy and Rebecca were dating, and Rachel were dating? What if...
I don't think so.
That'd be kind of crazy. Reze Bros would be on suicide watch if that happened, bro. It'd be over for them. It'd be so over.
For them, you mean us?
Dude, I'm not a Reze Bro. I'm more Asadin myself. I've been too disconnected from Power. Power has to come back for me to go back to Power. I'm more
Power does need to come back.
Dude,
I want to see more Power.
What if Kathy becomes Power?
What if Kathy becomes Power?
Yeah, but then Power's gay. That's the drawback.
What do you mean Kathy becomes Power? Like the substitute for Power?
No, like the Blood Fiend. Like someone's body has to be used for the Blood Fiend. What if it was Kathy's body that was used to be the Blood Fiend?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that they would that Bunny Water would replace an already existing character. I mean, I feel like you just do a new character.
Yeah, no, it won't be Kathy.
New body, just straight up.
Because that would make Power gay. As we all know from RG33's videos, Power is not gay.
Yeah, Power is not gay.
Power is not gay. She's very emphatic on the point of her being not gay. She's very not gay. It's so interesting because, I mean, yeah, like now that Kathy's here, yeah, Rachel probably will be here as well, right? That I believe that now. And then Katana Man too, he very well could come back. I mean, if they have Kathy under their control, public safety, I mean, who else, right? And now that we see that they have Kathy under their control, public safety does pose a decent threat to Dennis. Since, I mean, sure, like, Chainsaw Man Dennis isn't going to have much trouble against her. But, like, Dennis Chainsaw Man, like, not like Chainsaw Devil. Dennis. Like Chainsaw Man Dennis would struggle against her.
As in like normal Chainsaw Man or like
normal
Black
like,
Chainsaw Man or
Red
whatever.
Chainsaw Man would struggle. Black Chainsaw Man obviously didn't.
Yeah.
But like other than Josh, like public safety, I felt like never really posed a threat to Dennis. But now, yeah, they probably do. And so that's, I don't know. That's kind of insane that public safety is really becoming a force now. Now that it's not just Josh, because he was kind of the face, right? He's been kind of the face. But it's now that we know that they have Kathy, I mean, that just opens up so many doors. So then we get to see the newscast, and I believe that the newscast is just a front for Kathy's activities. Because like, why would they need gunmen there? Like they were going to have why would the church need gunmen there? They had the weapons. That's who was going to do it. So I think it was just a cover story. I think that's just a cover story.
Yeah. But
they also, like the self-defense said specifically, 20 minutes after media coverage. So like that makes me think that the media coverage was a plant.
Yeah.
Then we get to see higher up at the church. So this is going to start kind of like a war between the Chainsaw Man Church and public safety, I think. And so apparently they have weapons in the bottom. And then we see Harry, and like no one ever told me he had weapons, so he's kind of out of the blue. And so it's just things are kind of spiraling out of control for him. So it's like, okay, well, Fami and the mysterious person in control of the church, what are they planning? Because it's looking like they're going to go to war with public safety. And then also what becomes then of the weapons plans? Like where is Barry in all this? Because the other three were dispatched. So what happened to Barry? Did Barry do anything? Maybe if like the news report wasn't a plant and it was like legit, it was Barry who did something. I don't know, but then I think the report would mention Chainsaw Man because Dennis wouldn't just let that sit by.
Well, I mean, there's a solid chance that he would. I mean, he didn't go and like run in to like save everybody on the inside the subway station or wherever they are, the park like, or whatever.
Barry killing people, whatever, but he would probably at least go after Nayata. And Dennis would not let that happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on like how much Barry is willing to risk, right? Because like Natasha, right? She's still the control devil.
Mm-hmm.
She still has at least some ability, some of her abilities, because we know because she still has like all of the dogs that just love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like she just be like, fuck you. You're not gonna have unalienable rights anymore. And then man's no longer has the access to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's right. I'm bequeathing unto you alienable rights. Eat 'em up, bud. It'll be interesting. I like thinking of where the story's gonna go next, like what next chapter is gonna have. I don't know. I genuinely, this was such a curveball. I have no clue what's going on anymore. Like I thought that I knew where the arc was going, and then the arc didn't go there.
Exactly.
And then it's like I don't know what's happening next, because it's like what moves are the church gonna make? What position does this leave the church in? Now public safety is in a very strong position manpower wise. What other characters are we gonna get introduced to? Is there going to be a situation where Dennis has to turn into Chainsaw Man? Because public safety doing this obviously like made it so that Dennis didn't have to turn into Chainsaw Man. And I think that was their intention. They don't want Dennis turning into Chainsaw Man. But then it's also like, how did they know about this? So there's probably a rat inside the church that's telling public safety about stuff. Because they just knew. They just knew that this was going to happen. This didn't catch them off guard. And so it's just, I don't know. I genuinely have no predictions about what's going to happen next week. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Well, any final words, Trevor, before we wrap it up? This was a very
this is
a great chapter, but
Yeah, I did want to talk about, like, you know, when um what did we call her?
Like Kathy.
Kathy, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kathy, you know, absolutely obliterated the smoker and whip girl, right?
Yeah.
Cut their heads off before they were able to like transform at all, right? And
Yeah.
both of their heads are shown on the floor. You know, they don't look like they're getting it from that. Do you think that they're like actually permanently dead because
No.
like they weren't able to get the blood to like regenerate?
No. I think because we haven't seen a hybrid die, and we've seen Dennis in some pretty insane situations.
Yeah,
where,
but like in
sure,
all
he
of those
didn't-
insane situations, he got blood. Somebody gave him blood.
Well, like then maybe they're like in like a
Somebody
state
pulled
of like
his ripcord or something like that.
unconsciousness. Like, are they going to regenerate on their own? Maybe not until they get blood. But I don't think they're dead. Like they're like in like maybe like at the very least they're in like a weird middle area.
Yeah.
Like maybe over time they'll regenerate naturally and like blood just speeds up the process. I don't know. But I mean like we have seen that Dennis basically quote unquote dies then comes back. Like we were specifically looking at, you know, when he was training with Kishibe. You know, we've seen multiple times that he like quote unquote dies and comes back. So
Well, yeah, but like that's because he was given blood.
Well, yeah, but it's like I don't think that he would be like dead without the blood. Like sure he might be dead until he gets the blood, but then like, you know. So I think maybe public safety is just going to keep the hybrids in that state then.
Well, I mean, like the hybrids have to die eventually.
But it also seems like no matter how much, because we got an interesting tidbit this chapter where Whip Girl's 82 and she doesn't look 82.
Yeah. Like so being the
theoretically,
hybrid, you won't
hybrids are
die
immortal.
from. Yeah, but like I think it's the type of immortality of like you won't die of old age, but like if something kills you, you're dead. And then on top of that, they have the regeneration due to blood.
I don't know. I'd have to see a hybrid, like I'd have to get it in the manga saying the hybrid is dead before I like would believe fully that hybrids can die. Apart from
I don't know. Maybe
like
this is the
atomization.
maybe this is the chapter.
It could be. I mean, if hey, you know, I don't know. They could come in next chapter and be like, yeah, all three of them are dead. I
don't think all three of them would be dead.
I hope at
because,
least Mike sticks around.
Yeah, Mike would probably be able to stick around because like as he was already activated his transformation power stuff, like his blood is like already able to like absorb some of the blood. So like if he's just in a pool of blood of like his his friends, you know?
Yeah.
The other people there. He could just absorb their blood and you know, not die. Just use their blood to regenerate a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think they're dead. But they could be. I mean, they very well could be. And it's just, it would take Funny Water being like, yeah, they're dead for me to believe that they're dead. But they definitely, this could be the time. This could be the time. You know, these Whip Girl and Smoke Cigarette Man are kind of expendable characters. If any two hybrids were going to die, it's them. Because who cares?
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see. I'm very much looking forward to next chapter. Let me see. Did the bisexual devil strike? Let me
I don't think so.
No, it did not. We get a chapter in 7 days, so that's good. Next Tuesday, no bisexual devil this week. I am really looking forward to it, as I have no clue what's going to happen. Well,
yeah, not at all.
If you guys are this far in the video, then obviously there's something to like. So make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what your favorite part of this chapter was. Thank you all for watching. We hope that you all enjoyed. We will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.